Excuse me. Oh.
Oh, wait. Hey, do you need a hand with that?
No, I got it.
Oh,
I'm all good.
Are you sure?
No,
It's gonna fall.
I got.
You dumb bitch. Hello, it's me, Lucy-Furr, and with me is Nery.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to wait for a whole thing or a little thing.
I don't know. I say your name with such like vigor, like you're the boss at the end of a video game. It's like Nery.
Yeah.
Like when you select your fighter in like Mortal Kombat or something. How are you?
Still a little bit shook. How about you?
Oh no. Yeah, shook, frightened, and the weirdest part is that after that happened, that we will go into obviously, the sun's come out, so you can stop being such a sobby bitch.
I'm not a sobby. Yeah, okay, I'm a sobby
The
bitch.
sky is raining, Nary is raining out of his eyeballs.
I feel called out, but you're right.
But yeah, what an ordeal we went through. Spoopy, scary.
So, do you want to tell the story?
Well, okay. So the other day we were recording, and it was a dark and stormy night. It's always a dark and rainy night.
Well, stuff like that doesn't happen when the whole world's not falling down on you.
Right. So it had been raining for 3 days straight. Neri and I were recording. It just struck past midnight, and
it was I think it was. We left about midnight, so it must have been about 20
close,
past or something.
Yeah, you're right. And Neri was bringing me home. So Neri and I turned off the highway onto a side road, and as we were turning, I gasped out loud because across on the other side of the road to us was a man just standing in the middle of the road in all black.
Yeah. In the pouring rain. At
12:30 at night time, in the pouring rain.
Yeah.
And it was horrifying.
It was like, because we were talking about like American Horror Story and was it Haunting on House Hill or Hill House or whatever, and all that. And then all of a sudden,
he's just there.
You just go, oh my God. I was like, what's going on? I thought, am I about to hit somebody? And then I
spin out, the car crashes, we all die. He eats our flesh.
Then I saw him, like I turned my head and he was there. I was like, what the
Just standing. It's not like he was walking across the road or anything.
No.
And that specific area isn't near anything justifiable to explain why he was on foot. It's not like he was out for a stroll and it started to rain. It had been pouring rain for 3 days. And he was just there.
He's just standing on the road, like not on the footpath or in the grass.
Not walking, not moving, just standing in like a pose.
And he had a backpack on, I think. I remember a backpack.
Couldn't even see that much. I saw his pale, freaky face. I only saw a mouth.
Oh, did you?
I didn't see other features to the face.
I just saw like, because I turned my head and I saw him, I was like, what the? And I turned.
Yeah, right? It was a few seconds. Oh. The temptation to tell you to turn around so we could have a proper look was high, but the comprehension is just not comprehending.
Oh, it was freaky. I've told a few people about it.
Yeah.
And everyone gets, the heebies get jeebied.
Right? It's like, was it a skinwalker? Because, except they usually come at you backwards.
Oh, okay.
Like the whole face is the thing.
Oh, okay.
And like cryptid lore or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't justify it in my brain.
No,
like there's no valid reason as to why he was there or what he was doing, and the time as well.
Yeah,
that midnight.
Like, because we speculated a few things. Like, I think one of the things we speculated was maybe it was a drug deal he was waiting for or something.
Anything, but being picked up for like late night tradie work.
But in the middle of the road.
Even the producer was in the car with us. She
didn't see it.
So we were just freaking out, and she's like, "It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not spoopy." Disbeliever. What if we died? Like,
listen, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It was like, we're okay, and we're in a car, and if he jumps out on the road, he's the one that's gonna die. Like, I think we're okay.
It's like she hasn't seen one horror movie in her whole life.
Look, I didn't see the thing, okay? I was looking at my phone. I didn't see it.
What if he like? I don't know. Like, there's so many what ifs. What if he could run with the car, or
That's
like, what if
Like-
there's a gremlin on the side of the bus?
Like I was thinking because after dropping you where we dropped you, we had to go back, and luckily there's two ways to go from where we were.
There's the highway,
Yeah.
and then there's a bendy backwoods road.
See, I trusted myself more on the bendy backward road than to drive forward if he started running at me at full pelt.
What if?
I was like, what if that's what he wants us to do?
Yeah, what if
Yeah,
that's where his buddies are?
Yeah, that's. I was like, I'll take.
See, I have seen horror movies.
It's a decoy trap. What if?
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
The whole way when I drove the backwards way, the whole time I was like, just wide eyed.
Just something runs out of the bushes.
Yeah. I was like, if I turn this corner and there's something there, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You just need to double back.
Yeah. I was telling my coworker about it, and she was like, "What if he wanted to?" I guess the online term now is unalive. I like, what if he wanted to unalive himself?
Yeah,
I was like,
right?
yeah, like he was wearing all black and it was raining. I'm like, yeah, but he wouldn't be standing under a street light.
Yeah, there were so many aspects to it, and I was trying to like justify it in my own head when I got home, because I didn't end up getting to sleep until like 3 or 4 a.m. because I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, from his perspective, he's probably just like cold, wet, just like, I just need a ride, and we drive past and be like, he's a murderer. What if he was
But
just
but he didn't have a thumb out,
yeah,
and he was on the wrong. Like, if you wanted
I
to ride,
know, but what if he's the victim in all this?
nah,
Nah.
that's not a possibility. I'm
Listen.
comfortable.
What if?
Because you would have seen, like, if you're standing where he was standing, you would see, because there was a car behind us as well.
Yeah, and in front of us, and
You-
they just zoomed.
You would have seen us coming. Like, you would have seen us.
And what if he had run toward us? You would have floored it and freaked out. He would have been like, "Help me, help me!" And you're
Like,
like,
see you, sucker.
"Fuck it, bye."
But
What
he
if-
would have had time to go on the other side and
What if he
thumb it.
wasn't the cryptid and he was being chased by the cryptid?
But he wasn't free. He was just standing there.
That's true. He was as not. Yeah, he wasn't even in motion.
No, he was just in the rain. Maybe he was just really depressed and we're just shitting on this poor guy.
Maybe he just likes the rain.
But why dress in all black? Why stand in the middle of the road
I dressed in all black.
Okay,
and
but you don't-
sometimes stand in the middle of the road.
in the pouring rain? It was
One
you.
day I'll get lucky.
It was the future you.
It's a paradox, a time
A
loop.
time loop.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's
that was-
crazy.
I just needed to get that out.
Stressful.
It was weird. It was just so weird. And I think because we were talking about like all the other stuff we were talking about beforehand,
Yeah,
that just elevated it.
elevated it. Wild.
I hope he finds the whatever he's looking for.
I was waiting for headlines the next day to be like, a small family killed by a backpacker
Yeah, me
on the
too.
main road, or like anything, but nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, I was looking for I was thinking we were gonna hear missing person stories and stuff. I
Right.
would have been like, I know not who it was, but I don't know where they were, what they were wearing, because it was all black.
Wild.
It was
And
nuts.
literally, the episode we recorded before driving home in the pouring rain was
Yeah.
about car crashes.
It was.
So I was already stressed.
Oh,
Wild. Wild.
I mean, even coming this way after that, I was like, oh, if he's still, like, not that he'd still be there,
Yeah.
but a part of me was like, if he's still there, what the fuck? Like, he's just
Imagine
standing
just
there.
standing there. But I'm going to run straight into my dumb bitch story for today because it's kind of in the same vein of what we've opened with.
Oh, okay.
So let's just get all the spoopy stuff out now.
Yeah,
and
let's do it.
we will
We can move on from
move
there.
on to more fun, less scary stuff
All right.
in the coming episodes.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I went out clubbing in a small town of Nara with a friend, years and years and years and years ago. The night ended and we left the club and we're walking all the way back to my house, which was halfway across town. Not that big a trek, but we go through a park and up the highway and then we're home.
Mhm.
We get to the park and we're like, hey, let's go on the swings for a bit and just like kill some time, burn some energy, so by the time we walk home we're nice and tired.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting on the swings, chatting about the night we'd had. And from across the other side of the park, it's a fairly big park with like a little bush area in the middle of it and stuff. And we hear loud voices and laughing, and we're like, ew, people. And then out of nowhere, these voices start howling, howling like wolves.
What the fuck?
And then we realized that there were at least 5+ of these voices, and we're like, what the fuck? Do we move on? Are these like crazy people?
Yeah.
Are these like anime nerds? Like, are the furries out tonight? Like, it could be anything.
Could be anything.
But we hightail it out of there because we're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we don't want a part of it.
You don't,
so
yeah,
we
exactly.
left the park and move on to our journey home. Just thinking about it freaks me out. We're walking up the highway, and as we're walking, this is a path we've walked the last few weeks as we were doing it like every Friday night because we're like, that's fun to do.
Yeah.
Go out and dance. The energy.
Yeah, youth.
The youth. The young days. We get to the top of a hill, and there's a telegraph pole, and behind it there's a little shrub that I've never really noticed before.
Okay.
And it's about like 1.5 meters tall, like a little hedge shrub. And my friend and I pointed out, and we're like, that's never been there before. Have you noticed that before? Because it's not in a yard. It's like on the, is it the median strip between the road and the
the median
driveway sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's still council land technically. Yeah.
So we're like, that's a weird place to put a tree anyway.
Mm.
We get a bit closer, and my friend grabs me and says, you stop walking right now. And she's like, that tree has shoes.
What?
And I'm like, what? And I look down, and yeah, this tree had like Adidas sneakers on. And we're like, what? So then we stop and kind of evaluate the situation.
Yeah.
And we're like, cool, we're right next to a 4-lane highway. Let's cross the highway, walk 20 meters in the direction we need to go, and then we cross back. Let's avoid the tree with shoes on.
Yep.
I don't know where you're from, Nery, but in my places, there's no trees with shoes on.
I can't say I've ever seen a tree with that wears shoes.
We step onto the road.
I don't think they even have money for shoes.
Take 3 or 4 steps across.
Yeah.
And then the tree
Don't tell me a fucking
turns and runs at us. We run out into oncoming traffic because this tree is like, hello! I'm in the twilight zone.
What time was this?
Probably the same time as the other night.
Nah, fuck
Midnight, like
I would
the
have jumped
club's
into
closed.
a car.
Literally, we're running into oncoming traffic. This tree's running out after us, being like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm in the twilight zone thinking I'm either going to get hit by a car or mauled to death by a tree.
Yeah.
And my friend is exactly the same. And then we stop in the middle of the highway, and the tree, and then all these other trees emerge from the same yard, and they're like, whoa, 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 it's just a joke, and get us to come back across. It was just a group of teenagers who had bought like ghillie suits from like the hunting shop
dumbasses.
or online. And they're like, yeah, we're just testing it out, we're dressed as like shrubs and stuff. I was horrified. And they're like, do you want to come in and have a drink with us? By this point, my friend and I are absolutely so fucked off. And we're like, no, we're going home.
Yeah, there's no way I'd go into the house.
You need to stop. I don't know how long he had been standing there, but he got what he wanted because he got 2 dumb, drunk victims. And what if we both got swept up by a car?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. I hope he would have been charged.
I hope he would have been at least nightmares for the rest of his life.
But that's the thing. We were just talking to these shrubs. They didn't like take their faces off or their masks off. We're just like, there's what in the faraway tree? So we went home, and then we went to bed a few hours later because we were just ranting and raving and venting about this odd situation. But like, what?
Those people play way too much Call of Duty. I think that's what happened.
Is that what it is?
Probably.
I was frightened for my life.
Oh no, I would have no. I would have moved. I would have burnt their house down and moved.
Would it have been better or worse if the guy the other night was dressed as a shrub? Because then it would have been in the middle of the road and we would have been like, does that tree have shoes on? I would have been thrown straight into PTSD.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good. I don't know.
It's like-
a shrub in the middle of the road would have been too weird.
It's like live action mimics. It's like you can't tell it's a mimic until you see its shoes on.
I'm gonna make a mimic that wears shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it was weird, man.
That's super weird.
It was a strange situation.
But good on you both for being like that shrub.
When she pointed out
Yeah.
that it was just the most obscure thing that you wouldn't expect being said to you. She's like, stop. That tree has shoes.
No, but even before, when you recognize like that shrub there's never been a shrub there before.
We walk past this every week.
Yeah.
I used to walk past this up this part of the highway every day after school.
You know what's fucked, and I don't want to like put you into any more turmoil with it, but they probably did that because they know that you and your friend have been
They've
walking up and down
monitoring us
for like the last few weeks.
They're like, oh shit, it's 11:30. They'll be
Everyone get
passing
your
by
ghillies
soon.
on.
But there were like 6 or 7 of them
Really?
in this yard, and I'm like, what was your plan? Like, if someone had walked past and not noticed, were you gonna like surround them and be like, oogie boogie boogie?
You could have given someone a heart attack.
Nightmare. Like, I had palpitations in my neck, in my brain,
Oh.
in my.
And the fact they didn't like go, hey, like it's a joke, like unmask and be like, hey, we're just joking around.
You know what? I think that would have been worse. I don't want to see their faces because
Oh.
if I ever saw them down the street, I'd be like, you are
son
that
of a
fuckhead.
Or you know them, which is
That
worse.
would be worse.
Well, then you could throw hands at that point.
Can you punch one with a tree?
Probably.
I guess.
Someone's done it, I'm sure.
Surely. Surely.
I mean, people wear ghillie suits in war, so.
That's true.
Hmm.
Is that what the purpose for, like hunting?
So, yeah, for hunting
For like camouflage.
and camouflage, yeah. For like
Not
snipers.
scaring drunken people.
No, snipers use it for
Oh,
camouflage.
fair, okay.
And
That
I guess
makes
people that hunt use it for.
sense. Or teenagers scaring drunk adults.
Fuck. That's
That's
who buys a ghillie suit for a joke?
How much is a ghillie suit? It can't be.
Did it look good?
It looked like a shrub.
Yeah.
The only giveaway was the fact that it had shoes. I can't fathom. Like, it would be at least a couple hundred. These were teenagers.
So, from what I'm seeing, I just did a quick search. Like a basic ghillie suit, like a shit one's like $20, but if you want to get a good one, they're about 80 to about 120.
Wow, okay. I would have expected it to be in that, at least the triple digits.
I guess it's like I guess if you have like civilian ghillie suits, they're probably like that. I guess if you go into the military and they give you ghillie suits, they're probably like super top of the range.
I want to get a ghillie suit and wear it for a drag look and just be a whole shrub just with my face out and just all makeup.
That'd be great.
That'd be fierce.
Like-
and then I'll have Adidas sneakers on for a homage.
It'd be cool if your friend saw that performance and was
Yeah.
like,
I'll be like,
son of a
hey,
bitch."
do you want some PTSD?
Mm.
I'll invite him along and then just stand in the corner of the bar. I'll put my feet in like a big pot plant
yeah, that'd
and
be
I'll
great.
just step out.
Or like you get some pot plant that like you don't want to break ceramic, but like something that you can like bust
Like
out
a
of.
plastic one and just bust out and
Yeah.
run at her.
That'd be great.
That's fucked up.
That's nuts.
Nightmare.
Can't believe people did that.
Yeah.
Teenagers are weird. I don't remember, but like this was a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever being that.
Rambunctious?
Yeah.
I was
That's
inside,
stupid.
like, wanting to play Crash Bandicoot and Pokemon like a dweeb.
Yeah, like
I-
the most I did. I don't know. Like
And it wasn't a good part of town either. So that's how you get lynched.
was it the east part of town? Shall
That
we
was
say?
the east
Oh
part
yeah,
of town.
I would not. Fuck no. Yeah, you don't do that there.
Yeah, right? But, you know, they did, and they had a good laugh, and
They laughed at you.
they laughed. They thought it was hilarious. And the fact that we run into oncoming traffic, they loved it. I'm like, teenagers are demented, man.
Teenagers are fucking weird. Oh, so you were on like the big highway.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So
Damn.
like we ran out in front of one car on one side and then two cars on the other side that almost ran into each other to avoid us.
Wow.
Like it could have been like a
A
10
whole
car
thing.
pile up with two dead bodies on the
Jesus.
road. And they just laughed. Teenagers in ghillie suits.
Teenagers,
Fuckhead.
fucking teenagers, especially in that part of town.
Gross. Gross. Wild. Shall we move on?
I think we shall.
So, Nery,
Yeah.
what do you got for me today?
All right. So, I got 3 facts for you.
Excellent.
I got 3 Power Ranger facts.
3 Power Ranger facts.
Now I know you're a big Power Ranger fan, as am I.
I do love the Power Rangers. I do.
So I did tell you was it last episode or the episode before about the Black Ranger's finger?
Yeah, the fake finger.
So, with the original Black Ranger and the Yellow Ranger and the Red Ranger, so Jason, Trini, and Zach,
Yes.
how they all left, in
Yes.
season 1 or season 2.
Yep.
Do you know why they left?
It was something to do with like unionizing, or they wanted better pays, or something along those lines.
So they wanted to unionize because they wanted better pay, because they wanted union pay. But I found out that the cast for the show were only getting paid $600 a week, which
Oh wow!
in the 90s doesn't sound bad for, I guess, a normal job. But apparently they were saying they checked out and you would be getting paid $600 a week working at Macca's.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have a counter argument.
Okay.
Not so much, because I think everyone should be paid fairly.
Yeah.
Obviously. But with the original Power Rangers first and second seasons, it's not like they were doing all the stunts.
That's true.
That was old Japanese footage. If they were in the suits, it was Japanese footage.
Yeah.
And they only chucked the suits on to take the helmets off to be like, look, it's
us.
these kids.
Yeah.
So, and then look, some of them did do their own stunts and all that kind of stuff, but they were acting.
They were.
But they should have been paid more than $600.
They should have got paid at least the minimum union wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess getting paid $600, and I mean it's a lot. It was an episode every day, so you would think they would have shot 6 days a week, 12 to 18 hours a day. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah, fair. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the second fact, I don't know if any of these are gonna grind your nuggets, but
Yeah. Well,
so
it's fine. My nuggets are already ground from the rest of the stuff we've talked about.
Yeah, I figured it would be. That's definitely spam. Getting a call from Thailand. That's.
I love it. We should answer it and be like, "Hi, you're live on the air." You dumb bitch podcast.
You dumb bitch podcast. So yeah. So I thought that with everything that happened, and I knew we were going to talk about it and stuff. I figured I do something easy this week.
Let's just flow it down.
Yeah. So in Power Rangers Turbo, did you watch Power Rangers Turbo?
I watched some of it.
So where did you kind of as a kid? I'm not sure if it's the same, but when did you jump off the train?
That's something that I've always kind of plugged back into here and there, all over the place. But I think Turbo was kind of the Turbo movie was kind of the last plot thing I kind of remember.
Okay.
And then after that, I picked up the comics and stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is
intense
and way better.
That Lord Draken comic,
so good, so good.
And I always remember thinking when the Green Ranger gets his flute trumpet thing. Nice, that's good. And the green, the Dragon Zord comes out, and he starts smashing up a tiny town.
Yeah,
it always looked. I'm like, that doesn't look anywhere in America. It was it's obviously meant to be a Japanese fishing village or whatever. Yeah, but it was like I always, even as a kid, I was like, that looks
weird. Yeah. I love that the Dragon Zord had bullet fingers.
Yeah, the little missiles.
So weird. I'm like, that's odd.
And he had a drill tail.
Yeah, it'd be but
what a weird show.
It was very strange. Looking back, look, I don't know if it's aged well. Everything is one-liners and like cringy.
Yeah,
But
I got a
like,
good
I
one-liner.
fucking love it.
Yeah, oh, it's great. And it might have to just be with nostalgia and stuff, but I put it on
I am a
sometimes.
slut for nostalgia.
Yeah, me too.
Love it. That's why I'm surrounded by little trinkets and collectibles from the 90s because I just love it.
Yeah,
Covered in tattoos from the 90s.
from the
It's
90s.
great.
I mean, yeah, I got all different kinds, but it's just stuff was better back then.
They don't make it like they used to.
That's for sure.
What's your second fact?
So my second fact is, so talking about one-liners.
Yeah.
In Power
Cringy
Rangers Turbo,
one-liners.
yeah, in Power Rangers Turbo, the Red Ranger, I think his name's TJ
Yeah, or JT
or something like that.
something.
it
Some
had-
amalgamation of letters, probably
Yeah.
T and J.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully. I guess must have been fighting like a salad monster or something.
Yep.
And he said the line, "I'm gonna toss your salad,"
I'm gonna toss your salad.
which is peak
It's
Power
like, is that a
Rangers.
threat or a promise?
Yeah, that's what I would have. Yeah, I hope the monster said that. It's like, you sure?
The 90s were wild, man.
You can get away with anything,
Honestly,
almost anything.
Almost anything.
But yeah, it makes me laugh that he did say that. Like, imagine like that script had to have gone through some hands,
Yeah.
and no one said he literally.
Did it mean something back then?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like,
That's a
because
good
back
point.
then was, I'm gonna toss your salad. Was that a thing? Or did we, like,
Turn
what's
it
the
into a thing?
word? Not appropriarize it.
Bastardize
Yeah, did we, like, ruin salad?
it.
Those vegetarians be freaky.
Yeah, the vegetarians are crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about that. I thought it was always a thing, but you're right. It probably wasn't.
Like, language changes and shit like
That's
that.
true.
So, like,
I mean, have you heard some of the shit the kids say these days?
fuck. I was talking with people this morning about Riz, because that's like the new
Yeah.
keyword. Like, I've got so much Riz. You know what that is?
Isn't that like charisma?
Yeah. And after hearing that, I'm like, you know what? That's not the worst thing to come out of TikTok internet
In my last job I used to work with an 18-year-old.
Oh, gross.
Oh, it was
I'm
like
so sorry.
he kept saying the word bussin', and I was like,
What is that?
"What's bussin'?" I think it means like good job. I could be wrong.
Bussin'? Or like, this cake is bussin', like it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. And he used to say another one too. What the fuck was it? I mean, he would always say bussin' for real, but that's not it. For real's always been a thing, just not like that.
Oof.
Oh, what was another thing he'd say?
Bussin'. Extremely good. Adjective. Variance or bussin'. English slang. Extremely good or excellent.
Okay. Thank you, producer. So I guess this podcast is not bussin'. Yeah.
Not yet. No, I think we're good.
No,
I think we're
people
bussin'
are
for real.
enjoying it. What?
I think we're bussin' for real.
I thought you said we're bussin' and got frou-frous. I'm like,
What's a frou-frou?
a frou-frou? Isn't that like a cute word for a gine? A meow? A frou-frou.
Pretty sure that was foo-foo. Frou-frou is normally like, you little frou-frou, curly, girly. No, like
it's a slur
frillies.
for pretty pink princesses.
Like, I know I'd heard it before.
And also back on bussin', it is to do with, at least people think, it originates from bustling, like a bustling city.
Oh, okay, I
Oh.
guess.
Sure, that's a
TikTokers
fucking
are
stretch.
weird. Yeah. I'll tell you one abbreviated word that I fucking hate, and it grinds me up and it pisses me off and disgusts me every time I hear it.
Yeah.
Bussy.
Oh,
Like boy pussy.
yeah.
I hate it. I feel dirty saying that.
We were I was messaging a friend and they sent a photo of
They're pussy. Nary.
They sent a photo of like I guess it was in Disneyland or something.
Yeah.
Of the what's the bad guy in Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
And Oogie Boogie had like the way they must have sewed it looked like he had a bussy.
A whole thing.
The whole thing.
Wow.
And
His
and
whole
the
clitoris.
whole comments were just like Oogie Boogie showing us his Oogie Bossy and stuff.
Oh, that's wild.
I'm gonna see if I can send you a screenshot. It was so funny.
I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
You know, I have two tiny little branches of deviation, and I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
One, what did Oogie Boogie even want?
Didn't he just want to ruin everyone's day?
I guess. I think that's the conclusion I've come to.
So I think this is actually explained in like a book or something like that later down the track, like prequels. But so Jack and Oogie were both being trained to be the Pumpkin King. And the Pumpkin King that was reigning at the time, who actually did have the head of a pumpkin,
that makes sense.
wanted Oogie Boogie because Oogie Boogie was easily manipulated. And so Jack and Oogie were best friends as children.
So he was meant to be like first in line and is all bitter because he didn't get it.
Well, they had to do a competition. And Oogie Boogie was cheating because the original Pumpkin King was making him cheat.
That checks.
But Jack still kept winning.
That's very fair. Okay. Slay Jack.
So that's why Oogie Boogie hates Jack.
Well, that makes sense. Good-o.
But they were friends.
They were best friends as children, yes.
People fall out, Nery.
That's true.
That's called life.
That's just what happens when a creepy old pumpkin head manipulates your little bug ass.
Fair. Thank you, producer.
If you want to know anything about Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, yeah, your producer's your girl.
So that was my one little deviation.
Yep.
And then my other deviation, Disneyland. Wild.
Did you know? I don't know.
I feel like we should save this for.
I feel like we should save this because it was a fact I was going to actually.
Yeah, let's save it.
You know what? I have my stuff. Actually, we'll do it next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Keep up.
Yeah. Okay. So my third one.
Yeah, your third one.
So the pilot for Power Rangers was very different to what we got.
Yep.
I guess it was like the test. So a few things were different. One thing was the morphing sequence. So when we watched it as kids, the morphing sequence is morphin time. They get their morphers out.
And then there's the lightning behind them.
Exactly.
Yep.
And for some reason, in the outline of the morph,
yeah,
whatever. So in the test pilot, you actually saw like it freeze frames on, say, Kimberly's face.
Yep.
So freeze frames on Kimberly's face, and her face then morphs into the face of a pterodactyl.
That's cool.
It was
like Animorphs.
Yeah, kind of like Animorphs. Yeah,
that show was wild.
Yeah, I've never read the books or anything, but
the books were a bit more adulterized than what should have been available for children.
Because you used to be able to get them at school fairs and stuff,
or
whatever the library fair.
Books they get like murdered and cut in half, and
Jesus,
they don't always turn back into people. It's wild.
That's weird. That's one thing that always weirded me out. Not weirded me out because I was a kid, but with Power Rangers, like there was never any people got fucked up. There was never any blood. No one died.
I think that's all like rules and stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely rules and regulation. But I think I mentioned in the last episode that in the Japanese version, the Green Ranger dies.
Yeah.
And he was the Red Ranger's brother, which
and in the comics they follow that
as
like law, I guess.
Because they should. Like, they're supposed to be like these.
It's true.
Although, you know what I'd like to see? Kind of. Like, if they do, like, the more adult version of, I was about to say Star Wars, of Power Rangers, that looks like they're going to try to do with the new, what's it called? Once and Always?
Yeah, the Once and Always new series on Netflix.
Yeah. And if they do, I would love to see Billy or Catherine or Kimberly if she comes back, or any of them, have like trauma. Yeah, because they were teenagers, and they just got, especially the original 5.
Yeah, I think so.
And they just got plucked out of Ernie's juice bar.
That's true.
By the way, Ernie's a gangster.
Ernie, that's a youth center.
Yeah,
that's wild.
It's got like a juice bar and stuff, like a full smoothie thing.
What do you mean Ernie's a gangster?
He's cool.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I thought you meant he's like bustling drugs and like selling like those pink milkshakes. Always look so good.
They did look good.
I'm like, I just want to taste it just one time. Like, was it strawberry milkshake? Because it looked thick.
It looked pretty thick shake, but still good.
Yum.
Now I want a milkshake. Anyway, yeah, but I can't remember where I was going. Yeah, they were like kids just picked out of like obscurity, and were told you have to save the world now. Good luck.
Do it. And that's
Like a floating
always
head
a
in a tube.
premise. Yeah, that's always a premise for like, I don't know, superhero kids shows.
Yeah.
There's always a kid who's been plucked out of nowhere and is like, now the whole fate of the world is on your shoulders.
Yeah, good luck
At
with
least
that.
there were 5 of them.
That's true. At least it wasn't just one person.
Shared trauma.
But I'd love to see like
Yeah,
Like,
I want to
just-
see them break down in
Yeah.
their adult lives.
like something happens and they just can't hold it together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they came back with the Once and Forever movie,
Mm.
they kill a ranger in the opening scene. I didn't see that coming.
No, me either.
And then that was the first time Power Rangers, well, the show had ever really delved into like death or permanent gone.
Yeah.
Like, and then Robo Rita comes back and she's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in time and kill you as kids.
Which
I'm like,
is-
that's wild.
That's insane. You just wanted to take over the world 30 years ago. What
Right.
happened to that?
Now she's like, nah, they're small dreams. I'm gonna kill some teenagers.
I'm gonna kill some teenagers.
Yeah, like I said earlier in the episode, if you see teenagers, run them down, like Robo Rita would.
Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, that's all the 3 facts. I wasn't trying to grind nuggets today. I think we needed
Fair. I think after
wind
the spoopy stories, my nuggets were pretty tender, and I
Yeah.
don't need them ground anymore.
Fair enough.
Who's your dumb bitch for this week?
So my dumb bitch for this week, keeping on Power Ranger theme,
Mhm.
is Rita Repulsa,
Okay.
and I will tell you why. I have 2 reasons as to why she's my dumb bitch of the week.
All right. Give them to me.
My first reason is, so Tommy has she's got Tommy. Tommy's the big bad. And I thought Tommy was going to end the Power Rangers.
Yeah. Well, look, back in the day, kids were watching Dragon Ball Z and being like, oh my god, is Goku going to beat Frieza? I
Yeah.
was watching VHS tapes of Power Rangers. I'm like, I think the Green Ranger's going to kill them all.
Yeah.
That was wild.
It was nuts.
He destroyed their Zords. He destroyed the
He
Power
did
Center.
destroy their
He
Zords.
destroyed Zordon.
Yeah.
He turned
Turned off.
Alpha 5 off. I'm like, that's permanent.
Yeah.
Alpha's dead. This guy's coming for
What is
blood.
happening? And yeah, I thought like, anyway, so I think all these power, if I remember correctly, because I remember the candle, but I think the candle was later.
Yeah, the candle was different.
So he has the sword of, I think it's
Yep.
the sword of power or whatever it's called.
The one with that cool little tune.
Yeah. No, so that's the flute.
Oh no,
So
you're
the
talking
sword
about
has like,
Saba.
no, Saba was when he was with the White
What
Ranger.
the fuck are you talking about?
There's like a sword he has.
Yeah, okay, yep, with the tassel on the end.
Yeah, that's
I
it. Yep,
remember.
yep.
Yep.
So it's a very Japanese sword. I wonder why. So he has this sword, and the sword I think holds his power, and the way he
Yeah.
loses like his badness.
Well, that's after she lost him the first time. Because he only had the whistle dagger
yeah,
and the dragon zord, and then they beat him, and he's like, oh, and he was helping them for a while as the Green Ranger.
yeah.
Then she enacted the sword thing
Oh,
to reclaim him, and that's when the candle comes into it, the black candle of evilness or whatever.
yeah, whatever it's called.
And then after the second or third time where she re-corrupted Tommy as the Green Ranger,
Mm,
Zordon turns him into the White Ranger to cleanse his.
that's right. 'Cause he's
Energy.
losing his green
Yeah,
powers
yeah.
because of the candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But I think before that, he definitely had the sword, and I remember, Jason shooting the sword with his pistol,
Mhm.
shooting the sword with his pistol. Is that's how it works?
Yep.
And it disappeared, and then I think he loses his powers for a second,
Yeah.
or he loses like the evilness. But she should have like kept that sword safe and made like
On
a replica
the Moon
of it.
Palace.
Yeah, or something like make a replica of it, or like it's not going to be as powerful, but at least it's going to be something.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Like, don't hold all the power in something that could get destroyed. Like,
or taken,
or-
or
exactly.
claimed by the other team.
like Jason could have been like, "Thanks, that's mine now." Just run away with it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That does kind of make her a bit stupid, but also it comes down to versions. Like, I know in the Japanese show, she's real badass and real, like,
Yeah.
vengeful because she has a whole backstory that in the Americanized versions, they don't touch on that.
She
She
just
comes
wants to
out of
take
the
it away.
trash bin from the moon,
That's
and
right.
that's that.
Yeah.
But in the Japanese version, she has her whole own backstory and plot and deals with the devil and like hates robot dinosaurs. And it's a whole thing.
Yeah. She's I wish they did that a little bit in the American one,
Yeah.
but I guess you don't want to traumatize kids too much with like children death and shit.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
So my other reason for picking Rita
Mhm.
is because so the way it usually or every episode happens, she puts a bad guy on Earth. The bad guy terrorizes things. He's probably about 4 to 6 foot tall,
Yeah.
and he's like terrorizing kids and the playground and shit. And then the Power Rangers get called. They go to the command center. Zordon says this thing. Alpha does the eyes, and then they watch the viewing globe, and then they go.
Yeah.
But what if Rita? Because like halfway through the fight, she throws down her wand, watch my monster grow, or see my monster grow,
It's the
make my
same
monster grow,
thing
whatever.
every episode. Yeah.
And monster grows up. They call the Megazord.
Yeah.
But what if like by like episode 5, she should have been like, well, there's a fucking pattern here.
Yeah.
These idiots, they
Shake
take
it
their
up.
time. She should have thrown the monster down, throw her wand down at the same time. The monster grows instantly.
Smashes the whole city by the time they get there.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Half the city's gone by the time the alarms go off. They go to the command center. They see what's going on. They still got
casualties, body count. Yeah.
If you really want to take over the world, 2 seconds. Throw a few monsters in. Why one monster at a time? Are you like paying per monster?
Well, I mean, wasn't Finster making them? So it was at the pace. He just needs to make like 10 at once.
But they were they were like little action figures.
Yeah,
he put them
that's
through
true.
the monster machine or whatever it was called.
That's true. I mean, and they were pumping out like dozens and dozens of putties at once.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
they
the
could
putties
have just fucking made. They freaked me out so hard as a kid.
Was it the noise?
And no, it was their hands.
Okay.
They had like boulder hands.
They did have boulder
or,
in the hands.
Oversized gloves, so their fingers looked all like.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't cute.
I would like get rid of the putty because they're made of clay. Like that's the whole thing. Break them up, make bigger monsters.
I get it. Yeah.
And then you put them through the machine. Throw 5 down there. There's
One
5
each.
Rangers, 1 each.
Yep.
Make them big. Like the Zords were good, but by themselves, like
Fair.
I don't know. I just think she could have done better.
There needs to be a villains win series of Power Rangers where Rita just wipes it down.
I remember an episode. It might have been a fever dream because I've never seen it since. But there's an episode where the Rangers can't morph and like Rita's out there, Zed's out there, but they're big.
Yep.
Okay, so it was
and
real?
the thing that's in play is Rita teamed up with Zed and made like the big magic wheel, and that's what was blocking the sun, stopping any morphing and stuff. They like won for a whole day.
Yeah. I remember them winning.
That's a thing. That's an episode.
And same with In Space. There's an episode of In Space where like the Rangers are fucked.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what happens. I gotta watch it again.
I think the Power Rangers are all losers. I'm always been a Team Rita Repulsa fan. I've got her tattooed on my hand.
Yeah.
She's got a whole own section in my collection. I love it. I think she's great. I cannot wait. I have a drag look in the pipeline of Rita Repulsa. I was gonna wear to like Supernova or a Comic-Con or something. And it's probably 80% done. I just need to finish it. So I'm super excited to put that into practice.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
That's super fun. My dumb bitch of the week.
Who's your dumb bitch of the week?
Because we're on the topic, I might as well just knock Power Rangers off the totem pole now. My dumb bitch of the week is also a Power Rangers character.
Okay.
And like last episode or the episode before, I can't just say one name because they're kind of a pair.
Okay.
And I know that you're thinking I'm gonna say Bulk and Skull, but I'm not.
I love Bulk and Skull.
Squat and Babu
Oh,
are dumb
they're
bitches.
the dumbest
They're
bitches.
idiots. They're Rita's henchmen. And like even in the first 5 minutes of the show, when Rita breaks out of the moon capsule, and Babu was like, "Walk with me, talk with me," and walks her into a puddle. I'm like, these idiots are so funny, and I don't think they ever do anything.
No, I
other
think they
than
go to
run
Earth
around.
once or twice to fuck with them, but
just to watch.
Yeah, they watch a lot.
And I think that they belong on the dumb bitch Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Before Rita does. Like, I think she's stupid, but like they're dumb babies.
Dumb as hell.
Producer gets a dumb bitch this week because you guys are talking about Power Rangers.
Do it.
And Nery's gonna roll his eyes. You're probably going to roll your eyes.
All right.
My dumb bitch is Kimberly. Kimberly's
There we
dumb bitch.
Eyes rolled. This is a vendetta.
It is a vendetta. It is a vendetta because she broke up with Tommy by a letter for a Florida man. I'm sorry, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, fair. Look,
Florida man.
I'll give it to her. That's a dumb bitch.
Tommy was the best boy.
Was the best boy. Villain to best boy.
But he had like Loki, he had an arc.
Yeah.
I like a bad boy with an arc.
That's true.
So that, yeah, I get a dumb bitch.
I knew you were going to say that.
I knew you knew I was going to say that. Also, bonus points for that cat chick. She's just fucking weird and she should never have ended up with Tommy. I'm done.
She's doing her best.
She's doing it.
Well, isn't that something? We even got a producer dumb bitch. That's wild. That was a very Power Ranger heavy episode just to mask from the spooky stories. I guess that's it for now.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Right. Well, with that, drive safely. Don't pick up any face walkers or spoopy boys or howling wolves in parks, and
or people with ghillie suits.
Keep your eyes open for bushes with shoes on,
especially Adidas shoes. And don't forget to listen to "Summon" by Lucy-Furr every time you can.
Yeah. Ooh. Also, you can email us. We have an email now.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It is ydbp24@gmail.com. That is you dumb bitch podcast 24@gmail.com.
So in the subject, send the email to me for 3 facts or 3 Mandela effects or anything 3 you want to send through. Or if you have any dumb bitch stories, put Lucy's name in the subject and we will read them. Yeah,
you'll get a little honorable mention. If you want to use a fake name or a silly name, do that.
Please.
The funnier the better. It's boring here in the studio, so make us laugh.
Yeah. Or else we'll just whittle away.
Look out for trees with shoes on. Bye.